Hello everybody and welcome to another video. Today I'm going to be showing you all of the Amiibo rewards in Tears of the Kingdom. Now I've actually already done this video once, but I've discovered more things you can actually get from them, as well as this version's just going to be a lot more upgraded. In the top right corner you'll see all of the items you can unlock for each of the Amiibos as they come onto the screen. And I'll be listing absolutely everything included. Okay, that was a weird little screen glitch, including like the just little drops like fruits and stuff. So first off, to get the actual ability to use this, you're going to need to complete the first little area of the game. And then once you've done that, all you need to do is just in the options menu, just make sure that Amiibo is enabled. And that's all you need to do. Then once you use it, just press the little button and then you can summon your Amiibo. Now another thing is, a lot of these will give you a glider fabric, or actually every single one has a special glider fabric you can get. And once you have those, to replace your current glider fabric with that, you're going to need to go to Hateno Village, which is over here, right here, bottom right of Central Hyrule. Not Central Hyrule, just Hyrule in general. And you'll go to the dye shop. All you do is just talk to this guy and then say rework the paraglider, and then you'll have all of the different fabrics you've unlocked. One last thing before we actually get into it, there should be chapters on the video, but currently chapters aren't working on my channel for some reason. So if there aren't, just go to the description and you can click the time codes there to see which Amiibo you are interested in. Alright, so two more things before we actually do start. If you do plan on getting any of these Amiibo, I would suggest getting the Amiibo cards. They're a lot cheaper and just easier to get all of them. Now, if you do decide to do that, link in the description, but make sure that whatever ones you pick on like Amazon or whatever, you pick one that actually has all of them, because some of the listings are a little deceptive and will say like 38 included, but then there's only actually like 26 cards, and they'll have a lot of duplicates of the same ones, and then you just end up missing like 12 of them, and you'll have to buy a separate one. But if you do decide to do that, link in the description. Also, some of the weapons unlocks that you can get are only available after you get to a certain point in the game, so you may not be able to get everything right away in the game. Okay, so now that we've got that out of the way, here are the first Amiibos. Starting with the champion Amiibos, there is REVALI. REVALI is going to drop you a lot of arrows, fruit, and in the chest you'll either be able to find a falcon bow or a swallow bow, and there are also a couple of actual rare items that you can get. First is going to be the Vamado Divine Helm, which will give you cold resistance. You'll also get the Rito Champion Fabric in the chest as well, which you can see is based off of him. Now our next Amiibo is going to be DARUK, which will drop you a lot of different stuff. Main thing is going to be flint, rock salt, and amber, but inside your chest you'll be able to get a cobble crusher, as well as a lot of other things, such as the star fragments, sapphires, ruby, topaz, diamond, all of those things. Now, on top of that, you'll also, just like REVALI, you'll be able to get a special helm and a glider. The special helm for him is going to be the Va Rudania Divine Helm. You'll get the Goron Champion Fabric. Next is going to be MIPHA. Now, in her chest, you'll almost always be getting a Zora Spear, but on top of that, you'll also be getting a lot of different fish. Also, I happen to get the special helm. Now, the helm, which I'll just right there, the Varuda Divine Helm, is going to give you swim speed up. Also, I forgot to mention, any of these, if you sell them, you'll get around, I think, 300 rupees. Now, the glider for MIPHA is going to be the glider you get for her is going to be the Zora Champion Fabric, which I'll show you right now. There you go. Obviously based off of her. next, we've got URBOSA, which will be the last of the 4 champions. Now, URBOSA is going to be dropping you raw meat. Now, on top of that, inside of the chest, you'll be able to get the Gerudo Scimitar and the Gerudo Shield. You'll also have a rare chance of getting the Gerudo Champion Fabric, which I'll show you in a second, and the Von Boris Divine Helm, which is right here, which gives you shock resistance. And here is the Gerudo Champion Fabric. Our next amiibo is going to be the Breath of the Wild Zelda amiibo. Now, she's going to drop you Silent Princesses, Electric Safina, Swift Carrots, Mighty Thistles, Blue Nightshade, Hyrule Herb, Fortified Pumpkin, Amaranth, Swift Violet. And inside of the chest, you'll be able to get the Knight's Shield, Soldier's Shield, Amber, Opal, Luminous Stone, Star Fragments, Sapphire, Ruby, Topaz, and Diamond. You'll also be able to get the Hyrule Princess Fabric as shown here. Next is the Smash Bros. Zelda amiibo. She is going to be dropping the same type of herbs and such. I don't know if I mentioned before, but you can get the Hardy Radish also from these. Now, on top of that, you'll, in the chest, be able to get the Soldier's Bow, Knight's Bow, Amber, Opal, all of the same minerals as before. You'll also get the Princess of Twilight fabric from her. And on top of that, you also have a special bow and arrow that you can get. Not bow and arrow, just bow. And that is the Dusk Bow. Our next amiibo is the Smash Bros. SHEIK amiibo. Inside of the chest, you'll be able to get the Eightfold Blade, the Shield of the Mind's Eye, and the Phrenic Bow. I'm probably not pronouncing that right. You'll also get arrows and a bunch of different types of mushrooms, which I'll have in the top right. I'm not going to say them anymore. I've decided I'm too lazy. Now, for the special items, there are 2. You will get a fabric, but just like in the first game, you can get SHEIK's mask, which will give you a buff in the stealth department. As for the glider fabric, you will get the SHEIK fabric. Our next amiibo is going to be the Wind Waker Zelda, or TOON Zelda. Now with this, you're going to be getting all of the flowers and such. And on top of that, inside the chest, you'll be able to get the Soldier's Shield, the Knight's Shield, as well as the special Seabreeze Shield, as seen here. I didn't expect to be getting that. You'll also be getting all of the different special, powerful minerals and such, opal, etc. Now, as for the special items, Seabreeze Shield, as you just saw a second ago, and you will also be getting a special fabric. Now, the fabric you get for her is going to be the Bygone Royal fabric. Our next one is going to be the Skyward Sword Zelda and Loftwing amiibo, which I don't actually have, but I can show you the rewards on screen right now, which includes the Soldier's Bow, the Knight's Bow, all of the different minerals you can get from the chest. For the other drops, you're going to get all of the flowers and such, and the special item is going to be the Goddess fabric. Now that is all of the Zelda amiibos. Next is the enemy amiibos, starting with the Breath of the Wild Bokoblin amiibo, which will drop you a lot of different meats, as well as Bokoblin guts. Now, inside your chest, you're going to be getting one of the Boko weapons, Boko Bow, Spiked Boko Shield, and the normal Boko Shield. You'll also be getting the Bokoblin fabric. Next is the Guardian amiibo from Breath of the Wild. Now with this, you're going to be getting a lot of these metal boxes, and on top of that, you're going to be getting the Rusty Shield, Rusty Halberd, or Rusty Broadsword, which isn't a very good thing from the chest. But on top of those things from the chest, you'll also be able to get the Ancient Blade, which is going to be in your materials. With this Ancient Blade, it's got a 50 fuse attack power, so you just attach this like you would to anything else, and you can get things like the Ancient Arrows from the first game, which, hold on, I can just show you this. I'm gonna hopefully not accidentally use this. That would be not fun, but here you go. So you can get, that's how you can get the ancient arrows essentially in this game, and you can also get your other ancient weapons from that. And here is what the ancient SHEIK fabric looks like that you will be getting from that. Our next one is going to be Ganondorf Smash Bro Amiibo. From this, you're going to be getting a lot of things, including a explosive barrel sometimes, so be careful about that. We're just gonna blow ourselves up with that. Anyways, you're going to be getting a lot of raw meat, bokoblin guts, and ooh, roasted bass, nice. That's not from that, that's from the metal crate over there. From this, you're going to be getting a lot of the minerals in the chest. On top of that, you can also get the Gerudo Claymore, which is not the special item. There are 2 special items for him, including the Dusk Claymore, which is right here. This is from Twilight Princess sword. The 6 Sages sword, I believe, is what it's called. Not in this game, though. It's just called the Dusk Claymore. On top of that, you'll also get the Demon King fabric. Now, starting with the next amiibos, we're going to be doing the Link amiibos. Starting with the Link Breath of the Wild Rider amiibo, which is the horse one, if you weren't aware. This is going to be giving you a lot of the mushrooms, as well as arrows occasionally. Inside your chest, you're going to be almost always getting a soldier's broadsword, but you can also get the Hylian hood fabric. Next is the Breath of the Wild Archer Link amiibo. There you go, scan that. From this, you're going to be getting all of the different types of meat and fish. I don't want to talk to you. Please stop talking to me. That's a real encounter with me in real life, just so you know. Now, inside of your chest, you're going to be almost always getting a knight's bow or a soldier's bow. You can also get the ancient blades, like with the Guardian, as well as you can also get a special fabric, the Tunic of Memories fabric, which is very reminiscent of the actual, Tunic of Memories. Our next one is going to be the Tears of the Kingdom Link amiibo, which I don't have, but here is what you can get. The Knight's Broadsword, arrows, and all of the mushrooms and such. On top of that, you can get the special fabric, the Champion's Leather. Our next one is going to be the Smash Bros. Link amiibo, as well as the Twilight Princess Link amiibo, because they function the exact same way. From the chest, you'll most commonly get the Knight's Broadsword and Soldier's Shield, and you also will be dropping arrows and all of the different fruits and nuts. Now, the special things, there's actually quite a few with this one. You're going to be getting the special Epona horse the first time you spawn this in. Now, to get any of the other drops, you're going to have to register Epona at a stable, and then after you do so, you'll be able to get all of the other drops. Otherwise, you'll continuously spawn in Epona. The special drops other than that are going to be the Cap of Twilight, the Tunic of Twilight, and the Trousers of Twilight. As seen here, you'll also be getting the Mirror of Twilight fabric, which is shared with another amiibo that we'll talk about later. Our next amiibo is going to be the Young Link Smash Bros. Amiibo and the Ocarina of Time Link, as they operate the same, just like with the last amiibo that we talked about. Now, from the chest, you're almost always going to be getting the Soldier's Claymore. On top of that, you're going to be getting a lot of arrows and meat on the ground. As for the special objects, you can get the Bigoron sword, which is the sword from that game, as well as you can get the Tunic of Time, the Cap of Time, and the Trousers of Time. You'll also be able to get the Lon Lon Ranch fabric. Next up is the Majora's Mask Link amiibo, which will be giving you lots of mushrooms on top of. In the chest, you'll be getting a Knight's Broadsword almost always, but there are 5 special drops other than that. You can get the Fierce Deity's Sword, which is a very powerful weapon. You'll also be able to get 3 different gear pieces with the Fierce Deity Mask, Fierce Deity Armor, and the Fierce Deity Boots. Now, unlike a lot of the other Link outfits, you will also be getting a attack up buff with each of these pieces. You'll also be getting the Majora's Mask fabric, which I would like to mention that the eyes do glow for this one. Next up is the Skyward Sword Link. This one you're going to be getting a lot of boxes. And inside of your chest, you're going to be getting a Knight's Broadsword, Knight's Shield, or Soldier's Shield most of the time. But you can also get, like shown here, the Cap of the Sky, the Tunic of the Sky, and the Trousers of the Sky. On top of that, you'll also be able to get a special weapon, which is the White Sword of the Sky. You'll get the Sword Spirit fabric as well from this amiibo. Next up is the Smash Bros. Toon Link amiibo and the Wind Waker Link amiibo, because they both act the same way, just like the other two Smash Bros. Links and their counterparts. Now, the side drop for this is almost always going to be fish, but I believe you can also get arrows as well. Inside of the chest, you're going to be getting a boomerang or a Knight's Broadsword most of the time, but hold on, I gotta pick up all these fish, they're lagging my game. You'll also be able to get a few special things, including a special fabric, as well as the Wind Waker set, including the Cap of the Wind, Trousers of the Wind, and Tunic of the Wind. As for a weapon, you'll also be able to get the Sea Breeze Boomerang, and just like the Sea Breeze Shield, you can get from the Zelda, Toon Zelda amiibo. Special glider you'll get from this is going to be the King of Red Lions fabric. Next up is the Link's Awakening Link amiibo, which was not out at the time of the release for the last Legend of Zelda Breath of the Wild game, and as such did not have any special drops, but luckily for us, there is a special drop, which is really cool. I'll show you in a second. Inside the chest, you'll most of the time be getting a Soldier's Broadsword, but you can also be getting the Mask of Awakening, Tunic of Awakening, and the Trousers of Awakening. Now, there isn't a special weapon as far as I know, but this is just an amazing outfit. I mean, just look at it. As for the special fabric, you'll be getting the egg fabric, which is based off of the mountain in that game, which has the windfish egg in it. Next amiibo is going to be the 8-bit Link, or the NES Link, whatever you want to call it. And there you go. There's going to be an explosive barrel with this one. Any of the ones that summon barrels can also summon explosive barrels. Now, inside of here, you're going to be getting a Knight's Broadsword, Soldier's Shield, or a Knight's Shield. On top of that, you can also get the barrels, but the special thing you can get from this is going to be the Sword of the Hero. You'll also be able to get the classic Cap of the Hero, Trousers of the Hero, and the Tunic of the Hero, which will have the classic pantsless Link. I somehow forgot this and I'm adding this in later. You can also get the Pixel fabric with the 8-bit Link. Now, our final and honestly most disappointing amiibo is going to be the Wolf Link amiibo. Now, first off, the side rewards are going to be meat, which it does give you a pretty good amount of meat, and I think some of it actually despawned because I didn't pick it up fast enough. But the thing is, I'm sure you remember what you got in the first game. The first time only when you summon this, you'll also be getting the Mirror of Twilight fabric, which is the exact same as the other Link amiibo gives you. And there's no Wolf Link in the game. I guess that they thought it was a little too overpowered from the first game, but honestly that was the best amiibo reward in the first game, and was honestly the whole reason I got all of these amiibo cards that I got in the first place, because it was so cool to have a wolf friend run around with you and play the game. So yeah, you're just basically get nothing for this one. Maybe they'll add it back in the game at some point. I highly doubt this, but for now, all you get is that, which is very disappointing. That is all of the amiibos for now. If you do summon in any of the other amiibos, you'll get just a couple of like random little drops. Nothing super special. Also, I believe that you can find all of the weapons and gear in other places in chests in the game, so you can technically get a lot of this without having to use the amiibos, but all of the fabrics are going to be exclusive to the amiibos. Anyways, if you did enjoy, leave a like and subscribe. I'm gonna be doing more videos on YouTube, so maybe you should check me out. Anyways, I'll see you guys next time, and bye-bye.